Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition Chronicle, Vancouver by Night Delve into Darkness. As a warning, this is a mature game and it explores some dark and troubling themes. These may include body horror, gore, violence, loss of character agency, gaslighting, mind control, and many others. Our players have discussed consent and boundaries and will collectively avoid situations that may be triggering. The players will always let me know if anything gets uncomfortable by using yellow and red cards in our private chat. If you as a viewer ever feel uncomfortable or triggered, please pause and step away. Our streams are going to be available on YouTube after the game, so you can always skip ahead to a part that you feel more comfortable with, or just skip the episode entirely. We're going to be here every Saturday for a while, so come on back to us when you feel up to it. First, I would like to thank our sponsor, Mikhail Artoria, of Artoria Designs, who creates these awesome dice boxes that have all the symbols on them. Everybody's got the clan symbol for their own thing. And, yeah, they're about 99.9% that they've been in the chat. So go bug them on the chat, or I'll put the link to their Instagram in the chat so you can pick up one of those. And Martlet Games. Martlet Games is a collective of TTRPG veterans ready to work for you. From actual play production to tabletop game development, they're a one-stop shop for all your creative needs. Investing in the World of Darkness streaming community helps keep channels like this one online and thriving. They greatly appreciate any love you can share with them on their Patreon or various social media platforms. Those will be available, I believe, over in this direction in the chat. So yeah, help them out, and that helps a lot of the vampire streaming community. And Dogmite Games. Dogmite Games is the best gaming company you've never heard of. They combine craftsmanship with artistry to create truly unique pieces of functional art for your game. From dice boxes and rolling trays to fully sculpted Valhalla screens for your GMs, each piece is created on site in their workshop in Michigan by a devoted team of craftsmen. And I have the Gangrel one right here. And I actually have a dry erase marker this time, so if you have one of those, you can go, oh no, Duran's getting diablerized. Oh no.
Oh no, Duran's diablerizing someone.
Yeah, that probably
Battle of the dry erase markers.
That may actually happen as well. Who knows?
More than likely.
And now it's time to introduce some of our vampires. Just some of them. I'm just going to pick two at random. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Let's start up here with Joanna.
Hello, my name is Joanna, and I will be playing Abigail for you today. Our pronouns are, for both of us, are she, her, and I'm excited about meeting some other kindred that we haven't met yet, peddling some influence and making some magic or something.
Or something.
Dude for Prince 2022.
And Prince.
Hey everybody, I'm Prince, aka Doubles and Dice around the internet, and I am playing your friendly neighborhood Banu Hakim assassin, Ja Kato. Both of our pronouns are he, him, and I'm looking forward to meeting my people.
Which people do you mean?
You'll find out.
Other vampires. And Mike.
What do you mean, your people? Okay. Hi, Mike. I'm he, him. I will be playing Mordecai, Toreador, he, him. And I'm looking forward to meeting my people.
And Sarah.
Hey, my name is Sara. I'll be playing Jude Duncan, the Brawlin Tremere, for Prince 2022 of Vancouver. And I just can't wait to be Prince. Thank you.
Left.
Cliff.
Look right.
Happy Time Zone. I am Cliff. I'll be playing Duran Giovanni. You're quiet and unassuming Giovanni Taylor. Our pronouns are he, him. Don't look at me like that. He can be quiet and unassuming for about 8 minutes, twice a month at the right time. And I am looking forward to meeting everybody else's people.
Just, you may have already met some of his own people, and
Things happen.
things
Yeah,
happen.
that's all. We'll just things happen.
Things have definitely happened. When last we saw our intrepid coterie, they were plotting and the scheming. That's pretty much it. That sums up the entire season thus far. Yeah, after the Sabbat attack, everybody is kind of. There's an old saying: "Nature abhors a vacuum," and they are making moves. Go check out the YouTubes over here to see what those particular moves were. I would have uploaded the episode a couple days ago, so yeah, check that out. So what is everyone doing this evening? After the rouse check.
Rouse check. Royalty doesn't make rouse checks.
Royalty makes double the rouse checks.
That's fair.
I passed.
What? That's disappointing. So it was a thumbs down from Jude, thumbs down from Ja, thumbs down from Duran, thumbs up for Abigail, and a thumbs up from Mordecai. All right. So, if everybody playing the home game, I got a little L formation in my kindred. Ja, what you hear is a bunch of noise. It seems like an argument's going on in your head.
Just an FYI to add on to this, I'm at 4 hunger right now.
Let's assume that you've had a chance to feed. Let's put that in too.
Excellent.
Ja was feeling a little peckish after the last episode. So yeah, it's another night after you'd gone out to feed, it's basically an argument. You can hear various different voices going, no, we should tell him to do this. I don't think so. That seems stupid. No, what we have to do is tell him to do, well, first of all, I think we can all agree that we need to get him to feed or something. No, I don't. Really, feed? That's what you're worried about right now? Yeah, I don't think. No.
Shut up.
Oh, there he is. And then there's kind of a rush of voices that are, now that you've made your quote unquote presence known in your own head.
A cacophony, if you will.
Yeah. just kind of if you could still get headaches due to blood pressure changes, you would definitely be having one right now.
Yeah. On this day, Ja does not argue. He just says, if you watch Ted Lasso, he's basically being Roy right now and grunting.
And Jude, you hear, hey, you should probably eat someone or something. Get some blood.
Jude, while the voice is in her head, I think she's in some bathroom in the chantry, and she's fluffing up her hair and looking at herself in the mirror, and she's like, I really look snatched. Duran can't say shit to me tonight.
Yeah, but you should probably, I don't know, eat someone along the way or something.
Yeah, Yep. It's fine.
And that's the last.
Okay, bye.
Duran.
Everyone is so mean to their beasts tonight, I tell you.
Duran.
See, Padre, it's been a while.
You should eat someone.
See, I probably should. I will perhaps grab a snack on the way to wherever we're going tonight. Or who knows? We might be meeting some interesting people who would like to join you.
Perhaps you should eat.
Careful.
Well,
I'm starting to like some of these people, and there are plans afoot.
Not Resica, obviously.
Oh no, I cannot, because promises have been made, and she's family. See.
I was thinking more along the lines of whatever the Giancarlo is nowadays.
No, I think there's some good stuff going on there too. We'll have to see what can come of this. Good for us personally, and good for the family, of course,
Well,
because what's good for the family is good for us, and vice versa.
You've chased off all of the Sabat types.
Well, we're not sure about that, and there's rumor of Nagaraja, and there's, and you know,
yes, find the Nagaraja and eat them.
See, I will do this, and you know, when we finally bring plans to fruition, somebody's going to bitch, and they're mine. Nice, simple. Someone will open their mouth and say, "But," and I will go, "Aha! You're the one. Come with me for a minute. Thank you."
That is fair.
See.
So, is everyone making their way towards Sandwich?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. Abigail and Jude would probably be the first two to arrive, along with Gretchen. So anyway, Ron Perlman.
Okay, what is your deal with him? Like, is he your favorite actor?
Yeah.
Abigail puts her headphones on.
Okay, he's your favorite actor, and like, when did you first see Ron Perlman? Like,
Oh,
what did you?
Like, a while ago, but he was in like Quest for Fire, which is awesome.
Yeah, I know that one.
Did
so
you know
you
that
just
they
saw
actually,
him and
like-
you just like connected? What?
Yeah. Did you know that they only had like 17 words in that movie?
Actually, yeah, I did. And you know what? I usually don't watch ones like that. I have a hard time with movies that don't have a lot of dialogue.
Yeah, it's got its moments.
And like, do you have a crush on him or something?
No, I just respect him as an actor.
Okay, so Ron Perlman, number one. Number two is
David Duchovny.
interesting. Is that based in the X-Files situation, or like more of a Californication type of gal?
Both, obviously.
Right,
Like,
True
it shows his
Diaries.
range.
I'm not sure I'd call David Duchovny an actor with like a huge range, but you know, he's good.
I mean, they're two totally different roles, right?
Well, Californication, he's just playing himself, so at least from what I read.
But he's playing him being him.
That can't be good for a person, can it?
Maybe?
Okay, well, I think we're gonna be heading out pretty soon tonight. If you could print out some of the applications for the schools.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I could probably do that.
cool. I know it's like I could probably do it online, but I don't know. I kind of want to like go there and maybe take it to them, show I have ambition and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. I can print those out.
Okay, cool. Thanks. And then Jude just starts meandering around the store.
Abigail?
Abigail, as soon as she sees Jude walk away, takes off her headphones and walks towards Jude. So I finally had a chance to speak with Cassius.
Oh, okay. Well, so what do you say?
Well, maybe I should wait for everybody else to get here, but it's all positive.
True.
There's nothing. He's good. He was deep into some experiments with some things that he won't really get into specifics, but you know that's how it is. But at least he's out. At least he's not just like knocking back. But he has learned this neat little trick where he basically can tell the door to open and it opens, and telepathically or something. It's
what?
Yes. It's like, you know, those movies where, you know, a door opens, but there's nobody actually there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, speaking of nobody being there, storyteller, can I sense the unseen, please?
Sure.
Oh, good call. I'll go ahead and do it as well.
That'd be the old wits and aspects.
Mm-hmm.
Three successes.
3 successes across the board. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be anything. There's the odd kind of like sprinkling of magic due to the wards, and from what you can tell, like there's the odd actual piece here and there that has like a light hint of magic on it, but it doesn't seem to be like anything of any great power.
Right. So at any rate, he says he can actually open the door telepathically. It's very, very strange.
I have to get him to teach me that. That is awesome.
As I said, it's like when in the movies when you're in a haunted house and the door opens but there's nobody actually there. Yes, that's where we go. Okay, yes.
Do you
There's
know how
nobody
many
actually
people
there
we
with-
can fuck with that? That'd be
Oh,
hilarious.
indeed. I think it would be a beneficial skill to have
Okay,
for
okay.
the prank factor alone.
Okay, but also though, like imagine me in my throne room and the door is there and this delegation of people come in and then they come in and then the door goes bloom, blam, and nobody's there and I do it. Power move.
And then the door locks or something like that, and they get all scared that you've now locked them in. I see where you're going with this.
You get me.
It's at this point that Duran would be showing up as he is the next closest in the distance.
On the way, quick question.
Sure.
Bartholomew and Jonathan, the other ghost, did he come back?
Jonathan has not come back as of yet.
Okay, I will go looking for him later.
Okay.
He will not be happy that
Bartholomew
I have to go
is
for him.
nearby.
Yeah, I continue working with Bartholomew best I can to teach him stuff. So it's good that he's at least sticking around.
Well, you have one of his fetters.
Yes, I do. There's a reason for that.
Not an overly optional thing for him to go, that's it, see you later, bye.
Yes, very true. I can just go, yeah, no, with me. So excellent. So, yep, stroll in and go, good evening. How is the sun? What was the name of it again? It's been so long. Sundown Appreciation League and Book Club.
And
It has
book
been
club.
forever since that name has passed my lips, or it feels like that. A lot has gone under, a lot of blood under the bridge the last little while. And how are
Yeah.
you this evening, senores?
Good. Finally had a
Good.
chat with Cassius.
Bueno. That is good. He said positive things.
Positive things. I'll definitely fill everybody in once everybody's here. It's not too much. It's, pretty standard stuff and all positive mostly. So, yeah.
Bueno. Gretchen, what do you think? They're doing remakes all over the place now. They do a remake of Twins with Ron Perlman and Joe Pesci.
I don't know if Joe Pesci's short enough for that role.
Oh, compared to Ron Perlman, I think so.
Yeah, I suppose.
Abigail takes her headphones and puts them on Jude's ears.
What am I listening to?
Anything.
Anything with this.
Anything but that, yes.
Yeah, so G just starts kind of like bobbing.
Is there a band called anything? Somebody look that up.
Gotta be.
So yeah, the conversation goes back and forth for a while. Mordecai would probably be the next one to show.
Okay. Really? Why would he, actually? He'd probably sleep in, and he lives in Shaughnessy.
In that case, Joe would be the next one to show.
Yeah. I mean, I would just walk in. If there's any talk of Perlman, just pulls out the sword and like, no, absolutely not. Not today. Not any day. I know about Ron Perlman. Just shut the fuck up. Is there anyone else here?
Yeah, everybody else is there except for Mordecai. because Mordecai is sleeping in.
Excellent. Wait. That makes sense.
See,
I'm heading downstairs. Tell the people that I'm here, unless they're people who are asking about me that you don't know. Then don't tell them I'm here. You know the rules.
So Chow makes his way downstairs.
Yep.
Is anyone going with Chow?
That's ominous sounding.
Abigail will go down, and she still has Sense the Unseen up.
Yep, I've noted your 3 successes.
All right. So, John, what have you
Judas-
been working on? Do you want? Can I
Recently?
see?
Oh, yeah. And you'd probably see Ja has been trying to make a smaller blade, like a stiletto.
Well, that's nice. I like that. I'm getting quite good at this.
Not as good as I like to be.
Well, practice makes better. I wouldn't say perfect. Practice makes better.
Lucky for me, we have all the time in the world, provided that we don't get killed trying to make Jude Prince.
Indeed. Or killed doing other things as well. But yes, that's probably the case.
Jude,
Yeah.
you're still good with this, right?
With what?
This plan. You do realize the danger involved in this.
Yeah. I mean, as much as I can be aware at my young vampiric age, I haven't bebopped through history and all around the world like a lot of you have. So, am I possibly lacking in some experience there to fully realize the amount of danger? Perhaps I haven't, but this feels right to me. So, I'm going to pursue that path and hopefully do something good.
Well, if someone decides to assassinate you, if it comes from my side and word gets around to me, I let you know first.
I appreciate that. I really do. I know you wouldn't do that for everybody.
No, I wouldn't do it for anyone, pretty much.
Exactly. So I know how special that is. Are you
No,
cool?
I just really don't want to be Prince.
Oh. Well,
Just kidding. It's fine.
but you're still cool with it all.
This is the game.
Yeah.
I've agreed to play it.
I know. I just want you to know that you have a choice.
I'm in too deep now. It would be very difficult to walk away. Now, that said, I could walk away, but it would be very difficult. And I'm interested to see how this plays out. Provided we don't all end up dead. Even if we do all end up dead, it could still be very interesting.
I mean, we've survived a lot of wild threats so far, so historically we're doing okay.
If you say so.
Well, I'm glad you're with me.
Glad. I guess I'm glad I'm here too. Never thought I'd
And
be
you-
saying that to Tremere.
Yeah.
Sometimes life surprises you. or unlife or whatever.
Indeed.
Also, I should probably let you know that, well, I'll, how do you feel really about gargoyles, Jaw?
I think it'd be interesting to fight one.
Okay. I'll leave that little nugget of information and we can discuss that later.
Sure, I guess.
Is Duran down here? Or did Duran stay upstairs?
Duran
Okay.
stayed upstairs.
Okay, that's cool.
It's pretty much soon that Mordecai would be regaling everyone with his presence.
Nice. Sorry, I'm just looking something up. All right. Mordecai's busy making lots of phone calls. Still trying to get a hold of his sire.
Still no luck.
Don't like this. Any other contacts he has in clan, spreading the news of the ripe, juicy fruit that is Vancouver.
Here's a few bites.
And sort of wants to set up basically a clan meeting of sorts, if he can, at his
Domicile.
sub-basement. Yeah. The area that no one has seen.
That somehow Duran alluded to, but yeah.
But he just assumes because he doesn't trust anybody. So.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
So, but we are still in absolute high alert because, we killed a couple of Sabat, and that means they're all gone. So Mercy is armed to the teeth and is constantly on point and basically bodyguarding to the nth degree. The other two are hip deep in their own business acquisitions, etc. And so walk in, basically making sure Mercy does a sweep before she leaves. Gives her a kiss goodbye.
Gretchen hadn't actually noticed you. She's busy with the printer, dealing with stuff.
Just walk on by.
That would put you in contact with Duran fairly quickly.
I'm just kind of like hanging at the top of the steps, doing a few things on the phone. And just, Signor Strickland mia fratello. How are you this wonderful evening?
Do they know we're up here though?
I mean, I know Duran already greeted us, so I know Duran is up there, but I don't know if we're downstairs. We would know that Mordecai walked in, so maybe not.
Okay.
The rest of them are downstairs. If
are we really doing this?
See, we are. We will sit down some night soon with cigars and brandy that we will not drink, but we will enjoy the scent of, and we will discuss further our particular segments or sectors of the city, our arenas of influence, so to speak.
I just feel like I'm in a poker hand and I only have half the cards.
And when has that ever allowed you to not walk away with a pocket full of winnings?
Yes, but I know where all the cards are. I always know where all the cards are. This is reeking of insanity. I'm going to see how this plays, and I'm going to support it to the best of my ability, but when it goes south, I'm gone. This is not, I will sacrifice all of this.
Understandable. It isn't both. See, a little bit crazy, but the world, this part of the world is crazy right now.
It's not even, all right.
Again, it comes down to, would you rather be told to run around and pick things up for other people, or shall we take the shot at doing it ourselves? And I have no doubt that if this goes south, then all of us will have our contingencies to be able to just walk away and smile later and go, Vancouver? No, I was not there at that time. I have no doubt that each and every one of us will cover our backsides. I will assist with whatever coverage is needed by any of us to make sure that we, if something bigger comes after us, we are able to emerge from that conflict unscathed as well as we have so far. So far, there's been a combination of luck and skill, which is
Far too much luck for my liking.
every gambler's. I'm losing the words in English, but it's what we rely on, luck and skill. And sometimes C, a little heavy on the luck and a little heavy on the skill other times. I am not going to count the number of times we should have seen final death in the last several months. I'm not going to count how many times I should have found final death in the last several years.
Still, it's odd, and I don't
see.
There's a breaking of tradition, and then there's this, and this is beyond. But I mean,
no, this
we're
is
a ragtag bunch of.
This is not quite a breaking of tradition. This is, as they say in the fashion industry, once you know the rules, you can then break the rules or bend them about. We are simply knowing the rules and dealing with them appropriately.
I suppose.
See, so supposedly the Tremere have information from up their chain. Senora Abigail had a chat with Senor Cassius. So
more marching orders from the pyramid.
No, because this is the fun. Taking praxis in that it becomes a little more interesting and different. So I do not think it is marching orders so much as they had a conversation, come to a form of agreement. She had mentioned waiting for everyone to arrive before discussing it. So I think we should join them downstairs and discuss that and where we are going to go to later this evening. I believe they'll probably, as the venture tomorrow night, they will probably favor the Toreador, which puts the ball firmly and solidly in your hands.
We'll see.
Oh, see, we most certainly shall. I look forward to it.
After you, Monsignor.
No, I insist after you to make sure that I can close it up after we are no more leaving this open when we're down there.
Fair.
Not without intent.
Sorry. Take the gun that's in Mordecai's hand the whole time, pops the clip out, takes the bullet out of the chamber, sort of thing. Make sure it's empty. No. And puts the clip back in. And cocks the gun. Puts it in his pants. Down the stairs.
And follow down the stairs. Get to the bottom, throw the switch. So there's that wonderful grinding noise that says that we are now inside.
Good evening, Mr. Duran. How are you doing today?
Reasonably well. See, reasonably well.
Sorry,
is the place to be.
Mr. Mordecai. Joanna's having a day. Mr. Mordecai.
I wondered.
Mr. Mordecai, how are you doing this evening?
As well as can be expected.
Excellent. So, shall I get right to the point then?
Please.
I finally had a chance to speak with Cassius. He does apologize for having been not available. He was doing some experiments, and when he gets into them, it doesn't even allow anybody to speak with him. At any rate, he said, and I'm going to paraphrase him right now. He said that he is thankful for the items that we did retrieve because those items were able to help secure some wards. Sorry, some wards that would have potentially fallen given strength. They were able to secure them. So those items were actually useful for securing some more important parts of the city. In terms of Jude's desire to be prince and the plans that we have in mind, he supports it. He will probably show up at Elysium. Other Tremere may or may not show up. I have some numbers, approximately 10 altogether right now in the city. That isn't to say that more can't come in or out, but at the moment, after this incursion, there's about 10 of us that are available. So that would be myself, Jude, Cassius, Gretchen, and then 6 others. And he has suggested that perhaps as a show of power, and this is where that thing that I told you, Mr. Jaw, comes in. He has suggested that maybe he might want to send Brutus to Elysium to be
To flex
a show of power for
Tremere?
Jude, and Brutus being the gargoyle that was up on the roof. I mean, we don't have to decide right now. That's I mean, then again, I mean, he might send it regardless of what we say, just for a show of power
You
How
or
would
shits
that
and
look?
giggles.
fight the gargoyle unless the gargoyle attempts to fight me.
All right.
How would that look, though? message would that
Extremely
portray?
cool. Me standing next to a gargoyle
That is controlled
looks
by the
cool,
Tremere clan.
Well, that
of
is
which
what
I
brought
am a
up.
part.
See, my only question would be, would the gargoyle listen to you, Signora Jude, if you were to say, go crush that one's skull?
Or is it
I
a
mean-
goon of the clan?
Again,
Well,
that,
it's not
that,
bonded to me, so
that
obviously
does
I
not
don't
matter.
have that level.
My family at certain levels for certain get-togethers always have little muscle behind them, and it is not always a direct family member. It is someone from the Hakata. It does not always have to be a Giovanni. We've got quite a number of other people that provide muscle for what we need. Having muscle there, I think that is actually a very wonderful offer from Senor Cassius and from Clan Tremere. I would leave the decision completely up to Senora Jude if she would wish the muscle there. Personally, speaking from my own family side, I would say that that is a fantastic flex.
Well, I mean, it's
And
a
it's
flex,
free.
it is. The only one thing that I am concerned about is that Clan Tremere is trying to basically say, we are against the creation of new gargoyles. And Brutus has been there for about 300 years. He's been in existence for about 300 years, so it's not like he's new, but it's kind of the wrong message we're trying to send. But at the same time, he is a show of force. So honestly, I'm going to leave it up to Jude and to the rest of you. I really don't have a preference either way. I just want to make sure the order is maintained. So there's that. But yes, he supports Jude's plan. Not necessarily 100% wholeheartedly, as it is Cassius, and he just wants to be left alone for the most part. But yes. And as far as the discussion that we had regarding Mordecai and having Clan Tremere, a member of Clan Tremere, provide some assurances as to Mordecai's lineage, That is something that Cassius has said, and I quote, if you wish to speak, or if you wish to do this thing, you're gonna have to speak with me yourself, or something to that effect. I can't really do his accent, so.
I say bring the fucking gargoyle.
Well, yes.
Bring a goddamn rocket launcher if you need to. We are not the same as the old seat that was there before. So why play exactly by the rules? I understand doing what we need to do to make sure that we don't scare people off. God, I love scaring people off. But show of force, more power behind us. Why not?
I mean, I'll sleep on it. I won't make my final decision, but I'm leaning towards yes. It seems like a cool idea to me. Plus, it's like, yeah, we have to play the game or whatever, but like, we can make some shit up in this game too. So,
See,
Up to you.
I'm leaning towards it, but I'll make sure to take everything under consideration and not uh be too hasty. But I will say I am ready to get out there and pound the pavement and get out a sandwich and see what's going on with the Toreador and the Banu Hakim and stuff. So like delegation, diplomacy time, right?
Sounds more like campaigning to me.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's a better word.
Mordecai, quick question. If it's only the Malkavians so far that think that you might not be Toreador, do you know if you've convinced the other Toreador that you are?
I've been flying so far low enough below the radar that I don't believe many even know I exist. The entire Primogen Council, for all their vaunted talent and knowledge and connections, had no idea who I was.
All right.
I'm not overly worried.
All right.
Just
Well,
it
if
would
you
feel like an ace in the hole to basically be able to prove through blood, but it's not necessary.
well, as I said, if you want it done, just contact Cassius and have a sit down with him, and perhaps the two of you can work something out. I know that it's something that it has a lot to do with credibility, and I know that I'm the one that suggested it, but I do get his point. So he needs to have a conversation with you.
Not something I'm looking forward to, no offense.
He's not so bad. Now that he's been out of the void for a while, he's doing a bit better. He's not nearly as abrupt and standoffish as he usually is.
have you been keeping up with the D&D team building at the center?
It's been a while since I've been part of any of the groups. I've had my things to do and work and all that, but
I have been reading it. This kind of thing is good therapy for people like Cassius.
Yeah,
I'm
Junie and I
thinking,
just sit up and like make characters and stuff. So like we're sitting on a stack of characters. Uh, you know, it's fun. And yeah, I think it is good for someone like Cassius because it kind of forces him to at least attempt to emote.
indeed. And I mean, if seems like something's helping. It might be the time distance from having been in that void, but it's also probably has a lot to do with his recreational activities, shall we say. But I mean, I can't really speak that much to that. He'd have to tell you himself.
Ja, are the Banu Hakim like would we be able to meet up, you think?
Probably.
I've never met any of them besides you. Like, any tips?
Don't be a dick.
I don't think I'm really a dick, so I think I'm okay.
Well, there you go.
Great. Okay, well, Mordecai, put your best schmooze face on. And
That's out of my wheelhouse.
no, I meant for the Toreador.
Oh yeah, obviously.
So, are we going to see the Toreador or the Banahuakim or both? And which one first?
I'd love to hit both. I mean, the more ground we can cover in one night, the better. I mean, I guess we'll see how it goes, but I say Toreador appetizer, Banu Hakim entree.
Ooh. Well, that sounds like a plan.
Okay, so where can we meet with these roses?
Mordecai, Duran, any
Somewhere
ideas?
with the guns.
Ah.
Sorry.
So, where are you going?
To the Torres.
Yeah, to the Toreadors. I'm not 100% sure where they are hanging out post climax of the Sabat assault.
The two options that were mildly presented last time were either Sula Rose or the Succubus Club.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would any of us know one way or the other, like where more of them would be?
Not really.
No. Okay. Fair enough.
Those are just the two
Sucker Butt Club.
Yeah, I want to go
places,
there. I want to go there.
Those are just the two places that you were essentially told.
I would actually suggest we try Sularos first. It's smaller. You're not dealing with a crowd. And the last time we were there, we did not cause a problem with the DJ.
Yeah, I just remembered that.
Nor did we steal from a shape changer. Nor did we. Succubus Club, we're going to have to step into carefully because we keep doing things there.
Okay, but you're right. Path of least resistance. So let's go to Sularos.
And if there's no one at Sularos, we just slide right on past and go to the Succubus Club and take our shot.
Okay,
Enough.
cool. I think you're muted,
Sure.
Steve.
Senior Strickland, you came down with the limo because tonight with the Toreador traveling in limo, there is no need to be discreet and subtle. Quite the opposite, as a matter of fact.
Oh, I should have brought the party. I'm not gonna be subtle.
I don't know that I could have handled that, but sure.
Oh, and before everyone like starts to get toward the limo, like Jude will kind of look at Duran and sort of like straighten up her jacket, and she's like, "Do I look okay tonight?"
What are you wearing?
She is wearing a very nice tailored black turtleneck with the jacket that you made for her, the bullyproof jacket. She's got these big vintage earrings. Her face is like kind of, the makeup feels a bit more intentional and less kind of like wildly applied. She's got lipstick on and a contour, like a heavy contour and stuff like that to kind of slim out her face.
Okay, and the waist down?
I think she has kind of just like tailored black dress slacks. and some high-heeled black boots.
Boots, you can never go wrong with boots. That,
Mm-mm.
yes, see, quite good. Quite good. For a low-key meeting like tonight, see.
Yeah, obviously for Elysium, we gotta stop the show.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
we will.
Okay, cool. And she feels very like emboldened by that, I think, having Duran's approval there.
So it doesn't. How are you all getting there? Actually, let's ask that question first.
The limo?
Limo.
All right.
Yeah.
It doesn't take too long to get there. Sula Rose is kind of close by. And you pull up, and it seems kind of like a regular night for Sula Rose. Like there's the odd person wandering in here and there. Doesn't seem like too much is going on inside.
Sense the unseen for the new scene here.
Probably a good
Yes.
idea.
I'm gonna rouse my wits actually.
Go on.
I did fail. Dang it, I am so bad with those. Damn. Oof.
I'm rousing as well.
Should probably like just grab one of these like artsy types and eat them.
Yeah, but like if I punch them, their face will just break.
Yeah, probably. But eat them anyway. It's fine.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna have to, I guess.
I passed the rouse and 4 successes.
So noted.
Four for me as well.
All right. You both get out of the limo, blink a few times, look around, and there doesn't seem to be any other kind of pale-ored people in the general vicinity of the outside of Sula Rose, other than your companions and yourself.
Do we see anything through the window?
No, because the windows have been kind of painted over on the inside.
Okay.
I think just heading right in, really.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think John would really hesitate if after y'all have done y'all like scan with Sensi on the scene, then it's just stroll right in.
Straight in. So you walk in, and it's kind of a stark contrast to see what's going on the inside. The inside there's like a bit of crunch underneath your feet, almost like a whole bunch of glass had been broken there at some point in time, and somebody basically didn't get around to cleaning up all of it completely. There's various art pieces. It's kind of sectioned off into various kind of not necessarily roped off portions, but you can definitely tell that over here is kind of like the people who are inspired by Picasso. Over here, kind of like the people who expressionism, and over here beside the Picasso, but not really, are like the people who just love Salvador Dali. Like it's just there's different groups that you can pick out. And there's not too many people. There's maybe 1 or 2 people in each kind of area. And there's like paint splatter on the walls and on the floor. It just seems like kind of subdued. There's like somebody playing bongos from what seems to be on a different level.
I think Jude is heading over to, you said there was a group that looked like kind of Picasso, like sort of inspired.
Correct.
I think Jude wants to go over there.
All right. So you wander over there. There's a guy who's kind of looking at a canvas, and they look concerned. Like it can't quite put your finger on why, but they kind of duck back and forth, looking at the canvas and going, "No, I don't. Maybe
And what do I see looking at the canvas?
it's blank."
Okay. So she looks at them, sort of studying the canvas, and she goes, yeah, back when I was back a long time ago, I went to Madrid and I saw Guernica in person, and I cried when I saw it. Like, it's so brutally sad.
Who are you again?
My name's Jude.
All right, all right. You cried, yeah. What do you think about this, though?
Um, and since the unseen doesn't
No, there's
give me a clue,
Yeah,
okay,
there's no sailboat, nothing there. It's
fair,
yeah.
fair enough, fair enough.
Ooh, a sailboat.
A sailboat. I see potential.
Yeah, that's what I see as well.
You have any specific ideas that strike you immediately about it?
No.
Well, inspiration will strike you, I'm sure. Somehow. So how have you been faring in the city the past couple of nights? I mean, it's been kind of rough.
I've been in here the entire time.
No trouble in here?
No. Not at all.
That's good.
Deborah said to stay here. So I've been staying here.
I think when Jude hears the name Deborah, she looks at Mordecai and is like, kind of like, is that like, tries to give a glance, like, is that familiar to you? Or
Inscrutable.
so you just give me, okay, cool, love a stone wall from Mordecai. Well, I'm glad you stayed safe then, she says too.
Thanks.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, though, I'm trying to find my muse.
And at saying that, Jude sort of just like a little bit dusts herself off and straightens up, and she's like, "Well, of course, it's very important. But I just wanted to say, how would you feel about me for Prince?"
Is this guy a kindred, first of all?
Shit. God damn it.
Like painting you as a prince?
Yeah, I'd look really good with a crown, right?
That's a good idea. I might be able to work with that. Can you stick
Be fun
around?
to paint the hair.
Yeah, well, obviously.
She'll be around. She'll be around.
Can you stick around? Like, we'll get some photos of you, and then like we'll do like kind of a 360 type thing, and then I can work from that to paint something of you as a prince.
Yes. We'll be around. She'll be here. Two things. One, could you point us in the direction of Debbie?
She'll be around, probably.
She will be? Do you know what time?
No.
All right. And secondly, if you stare at the white too long, you're staring too close at the canvas of the sail itself. You're not seeing the picture for what it is.
That confuses them. Give me a wits and awareness for everybody.
Don't worry, it confuses Ja too. Ja's like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Fire tonight, baby. Of course, I can't do this in combat or anything great like that, but 7.
7.
7.
2.
2. 3. Uno.
4.
And 4. All right.
A
So
bunch of fucking, yeah.
Mordecai's the first one to notice, and it's almost like a force of personality walks in. There's a woman that's fairly thin. She's got kind of like half of her head is shaved, and she's got kind of like the bob on the one side covering her eye. And she's wearing something that you can't quite place. Like, it kind of looks fashionable, but not really.
I'll roll for that if you want me to.
Go for it.
This is not deadly.
So, fashion plus what? Wits or intelligence?
Let's go with wits.
Thank you. Oh, hey, hot damn. 5 successes.
Give me one.
So I should
5
be able to
successes.
at least recognize the lines, so I know what city it came out of, if not the designer or the design house.
You would notice that it is definitely it's along the lines of one of the famous design houses that you'd be able to pick it up almost right away. But then you've never actually seen this particular design before. It's almost like this particular person has an advance on next season's clothing.
Or somebody has the skill and ability to exactly duplicate everything that this house design or this design house has as its basis, but they're adding their own flavor to it.
Yeah, it's more the potential of having next season's designs.
Yeah. Okay.
And she has kind of an entourage behind her. People are like following. She is walking down the stairs from the upper level.
Is this supernatural levels of presence?
It is not. This is just like charisma 5, completely like hosing down the walls type thing. And she walks down the stairs, and she kind of goes by the one particular section, and she's like, "Oh, that's garbage." And the person just is like completely like color drains from their face, and they're like and they're just completely like defeated mentally. And she walks by the one who is with Jude, and she's like, "Oh yes, I love it. Leave it that way." And he's like, "Oh, yeah, yes, yeah, totally, yeah, yeah, okay." And then she stops by, like, soon after that, she stops and she looks at Jude. She looks at Mordecai. Didn't know we were going to be having any guests. Frederick. Yes. Deborah. Yes. Who are these people? Oh, I don't know, Deborah. Who are you again?
My name is Jude.
Who's calling who Deborah?
Frederick is a larger
Oh,
gentleman.
Frederick.
Yeah.
Okay. So he called her Deborah?
Yes.
Okay. So that is Deborah. That's the same one we met
Yes.
in Elysium. Okay.
Oh, it is. Okay.
She just has a completely different look.
I couldn't handle two Debbies in one.
I was thinking a whole city of
city.
Debs. A city of Debs.
Debbies.
City of Debs.
All Toreadors are now named Deb.
Well, information.
You met us before.
One would think you would be more memorable with a hoodie like that.
Touche. This is Jude. You would have remembered her for sure.
Wait.
Red dress.
Turn around.
I'll turn.
Yes, I think, Frederick, yes, I believe this is Jude. And she's pointing at Duran, like, I recognize that suit. That suit I recognize.
Not the exact same suit that I was wearing, no, but
There's
same
something
designer.
familiar about it, yeah.
Same designer, see.
Yes.
See, Elysium about a week or so before the a few nights, anyways, before all the
The
fun
unpleasant.
started.
Yes, the unpleasantness. We probably shouldn't mention that.
No.
Glad to see you're safe.
We decided to stay here. It's a little out of the way. It's not exactly a high value target. So, what brings you?
I thought it was time to meet some people here and get acquainted with you all here in the city. I've been
I'm
so
Deborah.
busy. And Jude, in just exquisite soft butch energy, comes in and gives her that kiss on the hand.
And she pulls her hand back a little bit and like gives you like the light tap on the cheek, like, oh, aren't you a dear?
And she just smiles kind of coyly back to her. Yes.
And your entourage?
Yes, of course. This is Mordecai.
Mm-hmm.
This is
You've met
Abigail.
Deb.
Right.
Have we?
Yes, actually. You'll remember the last Elysium. We all met. How have you been, darling?
I've been fine.
You're wearing something new. I mean, it looks good on you.
I know. So, Jude, you were saying?
Yes. So this is Abigail.
Greetings.
And of course the always dapper Duran.
Yura?
And of course Ja. Incomparable.
Doesn't much speak, does he?
It's not always necessary.
So what brings you and your entourage here?
Like I said, I really haven't gotten to meet hardly any of the... Now, storyteller, before I continue what I'm about to say, is there an understanding right now that we're all kindred? Like, is that a tacit understanding or is that not? No.
It's entirely up to you to determine for yourself.
Oh my god. And sense the unseen, does it clue me into the aura?
Sense the unseen, her aura is pale, There's no trace of any black veins or anything like that.
Okay.
And Frederick, who she pointed out, has a pale aura as well. The rest of the entourage has mildly pale aura. Like you've used Sense the Unseen enough to know that this is definitely a ghoul. The other people that are in there seem to be human.
Okay, cool. I think I have a better understanding of that now.
So Frederick is basically kindred. Rest
Frederick-
of them are ghouls.
Yeah, Frederick Kindred. The rest of the entourage that's with her
Are ghouls.
Are ghouls. Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of, one of the entourage comes up with a little metal case and pulls it open, and he holds it up to her mouth, and she takes a cigarette out with her mouth, and the person lights it.
Smoking will kill you.
So, we all know that you're not here just to meet people. Come on.
We
Let's
should
be
talk
honest.
somewhere more private, Deb.
You don't know that.
You don't know what?
Mordecai wouldn't know that there's not ghouls about.
It's a pretty good assumption.
Yeah.
I mean, also it seems like he would want to meet privately, like regardless. I mean,
Josh certainly wouldn't want to be having this conversation in the middle of everyone.
Yeah.
I
mean-
Deb, I would love to see your space.
Oh, I don't have a
In
space
here.
here.
Oh, no space here?
No.
Oh, well, surely there's a room off to the side. We could go off and have a discussion.
Well, there's upstairs.
Okay. After you.
Oh, after all of you.
Okay, so Jude will sort of take point to wherever the stairs are.
Yeah, it's like kind of like a double staircase that leads up to a different level.
Okay.
And there's kind of like a number of rooms off to the side.
Okay.
Oh, in the furthest one.
And Jude will nod and go down to that one.
And it's a fairly wide open room. There is kind of stuff inside it, like it looks like it was kind of used for painting and stuff like that, but it's kind of not really anymore. Like there's kind of the ruffled up thing on the floor where you would put down just to make sure that you don't get paint all over the place.
Gotcha.
Frederick, come with me. The rest of you wait outside. Is everyone going in?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And Frederick closes the door behind all of you as you go in.
And Jude is, playing it as nonchalant as possible and casual cool as she's able. And she kind of like looks around at all the kind of art stuff and back to Deb and says, do you have a preferred artistic medium? Do you create art?
Several, actually. But I'm guessing you're not here to discuss art.
Well, no, of course not. But I just wanted to know you. That's all. A little bit.
Well, what do you want to know?
Hence my opening salvo of asking about your artistic expression.
I have various art means.
All right, enough talk. Miss Mathis, darling, would you like to become a kingmaker?
How so?
Would you like to wield a bit more influence than you have? Would you like to have more status than you have?
Go on.
There's a power vacuum in the city, and we aim to fill it.
Fill it how?
Well, you're not a stupid woman. You know exactly what positions in the city are now vacant.
I know rumors.
And what have those rumors told you?
Rumor has it that the prince may be missing. The seneschal is gone.
The entire Primogen Council has gone.
That was also rumors that I had
Well,
heard.
not the entire council.
Which leaves essentially no one in charge. And if we maintain any sort of decorum within the Camarilla, we need to fill the positions with some form of body.
And who do you have in mind?
I think when Mordecai says body, Jude kind of just like makes this sweeping gesture with her hand over herself, like. Me?
I mean, you dress up nice.
I agree. Wouldn't it be invigorating to have someone new, fresh, interesting, novel?
I'm sorry, Deb. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you. The point being, we have a candidate. We have a plan. We think it will work. What we'd appreciate is support from a fellow harpy, if nothing else. But at the same time, palms can be greased if necessary.
Now you're getting close to a point.
What would you like to change in the city now that there is essentially a tabula rasa?
It's not there yet.
No, not yet.
My point is, if you're here to curry favor, one would assume one would be bringing gifts.
Well, how can I bring you a gift if I don't know what you like?
Sometimes the gift itself is the point. Whether or not I would like it is not necessarily important.
Mordecai picks up his phone, calls the limo. And Mercy, could you bring in the necklace?
Which necklace? For
The one that was going to be
storytelling.
the replacement that was going to be given to the other Toreador Primogen.
Cassandra.
Cassandra.
That's it. Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, you get an affirmative on that.
Thanks, love. Cheese platter, Jesus.
Yeah, somebody in our chat put cheese platter. I mean, that might have worked. There's a bunch of mortals downstairs. Eventually, she comes in with a kind of case like a
With the felt, no, the velvet,
yeah,
and
like
everything else.
the pretty woman case with the necklace.
Consider this a token.
Hmm.
And opens it up, and it's gilded. The white gold, the rubies, sort of hanging from it in little droplets. It doesn't match your current outfit.
Hmm.
We can work on that. But as a fellow Toreador, I figured you might appreciate the artistry of it as well.
There is a certain amount of art there.
It better be I paid for it.
So what do you want from me?
We are solidifying favor and at the same time getting a feel for what's left so we know what to work with and who is willing and not willing to become the kingmakers of a new regime.
Hmm.
And finding out what all of us want for the city and its future.
I will consider supporting your bid.
Let's be honest, Deb. What do you have going that you would lose by allying with us?
What would I
There seems to be
gain?
nothing. Stability. A piece of the pie, if you will. A voice. And a place where your voice doesn't matter all that much right now.
Hmm.
It's true. We can't really be harpies in a city with no Camarilla, can we?
This is true. But there are others moving in.
Yeah, we
They aren't as good as us.
Others?
Yes.
Really? Do you care to elaborate?
There are rumors.
There are always rumors. I'm just curious which ones you've heard.
There may be some Ventru movement in that regard.
The Ventru turned tail and ran, as far as I heard.
And with respect, but Venture Prince just up and vanished.
I mean,
It's a
You-
somber prince.
Oh, and the Lasombra Prince too. I mean, it was a Venture Prince, Bastion. And
Bastion was
it's-
Toydor.
Bastion's a Toreador.
I thought Bastion was. Oh, never mind. Well, all the principals have disappeared. I don't think we can trust the Venture to really do the same kind of good job that you would do if you were to put a prince in power.
I will.
I mean, do they really make the
Consider
best
it.
decisions?
I will weigh the options and the deals that have been presented to me.
What do you want?
It's not much a matter of what I want. It's more a matter of what you can offer.
We've greased palms. We've offered blades. There has to be something that interests you.
Let's make a deal. Not big on
Okay.
the what's behind door number 2 option.
What are you offering in this deal?
Support.
And in return, we give you.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. She's new, isn't she?
That's part of her charm.
Hmm.
A fresh face. A new plan.
You
The
have much
new
to
deal.
offer. Money.
Chicken in every pot. Etc., etc., etc.
I don't think that will go too far with people who drink blood.
Exactly. My point here, though, is that you stand to benefit because your willingness to stay in the city when others, say, call them Ventru, turned tail and ran, has been noted and is commendable in terms of your loyalty to the Camarilla and your perseverance in the face of adversity. Now, we are having a fete in 3 days' time. We're rebuilding and have rebuilt the art gallery. We will be claiming it again as Elysium. We could sweeten the deal by, say, I'm assuming you own this current place?
I do not.
Yeah. Would you like to own this current place?
Not particularly.
Fair. Or if you have a place, an opinion of where a good Elysium might stand. I imagine the weight of someone whose heart is in the right place and whose loyalty to the Camarilla is without question. That word would be heavier than, say, someone who disappeared.
Depends on whose word is what. I will consider supporting you. If
There are other positions as well within the hierarchy to be that could be of tremendous use or asset to someone building her own strength and reputation within the Camarilla.
I'm already building my own strength in the Camarilla.
Absolutely, but with new regime comes new change, right?
I will consider it.
Say, if we were to find a worthy keeper of Elysium, that person would have absolute control over the art gallery.
Interesting. I will consider it.
That's all we ask.
Hmm.
And maybe in 3 days, bring some party clothes, have a party, eat some canapes.
I do have a new dress that I've been waiting to use.
Fantastic. Maybe something eventually that this necklace might actually match itself to.
How far back away is Duran from this conversation with Mordecai and Strickland, or Mordecai and
Deborah.
Deborah.
What do you mean by how far back? I'm kind of just standing quietly by the door with my arms crossed, listening.
Okay, so in terms of layout, Deborah and Mordecai.
Deborah and Mordecai are probably more in the center of the room.
Okay. Abigail's just going to quietly kind of shuffle back towards Duran at this point and just ask, are they making a deal? Or
we're not sure.
do you wish to step in?
It's not my place. My place will be making the deal with the Ventru. This is Senor Strickland's specialty. I would advise Senor Abigail that when somebody is strutting their specialty, allow them.
Understood. It just seems like it's not going very far.
Well, it's a bit of a dance with the Toreador, and I think it is progressing in a very interesting manner. She is not fully committing, but there is some interest there. We will find out how good that interest is in 3 nights. It was a bold move, hinting that the keeper is a position that is open.
Understood. Yes, I mean, that's where I'm a little bit fuzzy on the rules. Maybe we should discuss later.
See, we can discuss, but yeah, I'm quite enamored of watching this dance. The music that I shall provide for the Ventrue is much more straightforward and probably a little stompier. Not as much as would be with the Bruja, but a little more than the Toreador, like the glide and sway. It was off to a rough start, but I think we have our representatives have danced the pavane quite nicely.
I
And-
think your form
ahead.
of negotiation will probably be a little bit more in
Visceral.
my style.
Let's see, quite likely.
Sarah.
And
Abigail just stands up against the wall and just kind of shovels.
Jude looks back at Deb after this whole like thing with Mordecai and them talking, and she's like, "You really don't want to miss my outfit. I'm probably going to be standing almost 6'5" at that point with my heels on. Should be quite a sight."
Would be very interesting to see. So if that is all, I have
If we don't want to keep you,
other students to get to.
please.
I will bid you good evening.
Good evening, Deb.
And
Out of the waist.
Frederick opens the door to allow passage.
It has been always a pleasure.
Jude just walks out. Maybe a little bit of a lingering glance at Deb, but you know, flexing the game a little bit. You never know. Yeah, she just walks out.
Duran, I'm assuming, is pretty quick to go out.
I'll wait for the rest to kind of file out
Okay.
the hat and just kind of file out behind.
Abigail and Ja.
Yeah, just filing out.
All
No
right.
reason to stick around here.
From that
Also,
point,
I was about to stab somebody. At some point.
from that point, are you leaving the premises?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're leaving. We're getting in the car. Mordecai's final words before we get to break to Jude are, do you always got to be so thirsty?
Don't they like that type of shit? I was just playing it up. You never know. Some people like to be flattered in that way. I thought if anyone would, a Toreador would. She ain't anything special.
So at that point, it's a good time to take a bit of a break. So come on back in about 7 minutes, everybody, and we will see what happens when the coterie makes their way to their next meeting.
Dog gets to play.
We're back, everybody, and everyone is going to see if we can find the Banhu Hakim. How are we going to be accomplishing this? Assuming with cats. There's a cat.
I mean, Job put out feelers already about, you
Yeah.
know, trying to get people to meet up. So I suspect that Ja would have, if we knew we were going to have a meeting tonight, he would have tried to, put down something of the sort to say, yo, come see me, nerds.
Yeah, you eventually get a text, like soon after you all pile into the limo. Ja gets a text saying which, and then a time.
They want to know when and where to meet.
I mean, what do you think about a location, Ja? You have an idea? Where are they going to
Well,
be the most amenable?
Would you want them at the shop, or would you prefer, do you think it's a better idea to have them elsewhere?
depends how dangerous are you all feeling tonight? Because if things get a little out of hand, we may want a easy escape route, or we may want to fight on our own territory.
Well, I mean, if we fight on our own territory and we push them up against one of the exterior walls, they will be potentially hurt. So I guess, I mean, that is a bonus, and we all know the curves and corners of our place. I'm really not sure which is the best.
Let's have us meet them at the door of the Tremere Chantry. I'm sure that'll go over well.
Oh, that would be problematic.
Wow, ultimate troll move. Kind of funny though, but not. We're not doing that.
I can tell you already is going to be complicated with you. But we'll see how it goes. Mrs. Giovanni, could we potentially meet in your shop?
Considering that you just said that there is a potential for violence, I would prefer not
I
to. I
don't
don't like my
expect
places being
violence.
broken.
But we are kindred.
See?
Oh,
And I'm hoping that means that you will throw harsh words at each other if the worst comes to the worst. But
We have you and Mr. Mordecai here. I think we can make it work if we need to stick to words.
See,
Mr. Joel, would it be preferable for me to pretend I'm not a Tremere?
No, I doubt it,
Okay.
honestly, because it'll come out at some point, or they'll already know, and that would be even worse.
Why don't we
Well-
use that penthouse I just bought?
Ooh, okay.
That is an option.
I like that.
Sounds good to me.
see.
Cool.
So you're going to make your way to the penthouse.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming Jaws relaying this particular information.
Yeah, for sure.
You get a text back with time.
What time is it?
It's roughly around 1 in the morning, I would say.
Okay. Then I would say give us hour.
So you send back 2.
Yep.
And then after that, you see like a little message on the bottom that says you can no longer reply to this conversation.
Sounds right.
Oh,
So you make your way into the penthouse. All the security doodads and whatnot. It's about half an hour before 2 in the morning. And there's a knock on the exterior balcony door.
Sense the unseen, please.
Sure.
Yes.
Give me a roll.
And,
Would my wit still be aroused?
No, this would be a new scene.
Okay.
he's not
Fair
using
enough.
Is it-
dice, so
active or passive? Like, is
It,
it resolve or wits?
it would be
I
wits.
mean, I'm actively looking.
All right, so I succeeded on rouse.
I cannot afford to rouse again, unfortunately.
was this a new scene?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to rouse, I think. And I get hungry.
So funny story.
I like funny stories.
3 10s on non-hunger dice and a 1 on a hunger dice.
Then that's a regular crit.
Yeah. All right. So we're looking at 5 successes.
2 for me.
Wait, hold on. You said 3 10s
Yeah.
on non-hunger dice, right?
Yep. That's 5 successes.
Yeah, just a regular.
But
Just
then
a regular critical
Then
A
success.
Yes.
1 on the hunger dice.
like
That
just a
doesn't
1
matter unless
or
you
a
don't
10.
get any successes.
It was a
No,
1.
a 1.
Oh, okay, yeah, then don't worry about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a crit.
Right.
That's 5.
I keep forgetting.
I thought it was like a 1 10 on the hunger dice. And I was like, yeah, it's just regular crit anyway. So 5 successes. Jude, how many did you get?
Just 2.
Just the 2. Anybody else go for it.
You said this is for Sense the Unseen?
Yeah, they were doing Sense the Unseen.
It's just us two.
So Abigail, you kind of blink your eyes a few times. You kick Sense the Unseen back in, and there's somebody on the other side of the balcony door that is very much a kindred.
And can I tell if this kindred, like, what does this kindred look like?
This kindred looks exactly like Mikhail Savage.
And I know Mikhail Savage.
He was there before. He was the one who let Ja know about the other Banu Akim that were not Banu Akim.
Yes. Okay. Right. Yes. So I turn around to John and I say, "It looks like your brethren Mikhail is there."
Let him in.
Do you want me to let him in, or do you want to be the one to let him in?
We're all family here.
All right. Abigail
Y'all
goes to
retarded.
open the balcony door.
We're all kindred here. You open the balcony door. As you open it, he kind of strides kind of right past you, and he kind of looks in your general direction, but not directly at you, and goes, "What took so long?"
We had other business to attend to.
So, what is the purpose of this meeting, brother?
Short and simple of it is we're going to make Jude Prince of the Camarilla here in Vancouver, and we need your assistance or support.
You're going to make a Tremere prince.
Yes.
Not
Why?
just any Tremere.
Because I trust this one.
This Tremere doesn't play with the pyramid.
Not
She
At
is
all.
of House Karna.
you know Karna?
I've met her.
Oh, really?
She may have gotten away.
As she tends to do.
Sorry. I missed her. That's how I know her.
I'm sure that is a contract you still want, but Karna doesn't mean anything to me. This position, this role, we need to get someone who would allow our voices to be heard. And I would be close enough to ensure that.
Diverse voices. Do you mean thin bloods?
Thin bloods. I mean, of the Banu Hakim, we will need a primogen.
We will. Are you taking that?
No. And Josh says this, letting out a heavy breath as he says it, knowing that you don't need to breathe. Just, I'll be Seneschal.
Really?
Jude kind of like gives a deep nod to that.
A Tremere prince and a Banu Hakim seneschal.
We're going to fuck this whole thing and shake it to its fucking core.
I can tell. The problem might be fucking it and shaking it to its core might unhinge some things.
more than they're
Everything that
already
they've been doing
unhinged.
so far didn't work. Everything that they did in terms of combinations of various clans, seneschals, and princes in the city didn't work. Sabat came in, and the Sabat decided to have their way with this city. So maybe it's time for something new.
To be fair, the Sabat would have come in regardless of who was in charge.
Well, that's fair, but good a good strong leadership can rally the troops. There was no leadership.
There was leadership. It was us.
Well, I mean, yes, there was leadership. It was us. It wasn't the traditional leadership.
And he's pretty much concentrating on Ja the entire conversation. And you think this one has leadership?
I think this one has enough voices around her to ensure that her leadership develops promptly.
And what I'd like to impress upon you is that I'm not carrying the baggage of the Camarilla. I'm not carrying the baggage of centuries of existence and enemies and people out to get me. This is a new start for the city, for me, for all of us.
He's still looking at Ja.
And she's not trying to necessarily draw his eyes away. She's just contributing.
I'm just pointing out that he's still looking at Ja and not necessarily moving his head to look at Jude when he's saying this, but he says Banu Hakim have already had a shakeup and a change. Camarilla offers stability.
What do you think we would offer? Us in a position of power.
That's what I'm trying to determine.
That includes you.
Go on.
Well,
Okay.
we can't have a seneschal and a provision in the same person.
I've seen it happen. Now that was a tough contract.
Again. Wouldn't it be easier if we could bring in more of our people and create the stability we want to see?
I suppose, but would our people be amenable towards a Tremere prince, regardless of who their seneschal happens to be?
Yes, I think so. And I will tell you why. Because if they don't, they're here and they don't, they won't last very long.
Show of strength.
I have plenty of that.
And what of the others in this coterie?
Strengths are in various better places. Connections, family, power, words, magic.
I see. When would you be planning on doing this?
We have an Elysium in 3 days? That will require you to be there. I know we're new to this whole Camarilla politics thing, but the game is the game, sir.
It'll take a bit of time to get word out.
I suspect so.
If you could handle getting the word out on this particular little island area, and he means downtown Vancouver, I can hit the outlying areas, try to gather as many of our brethren as we can.
Indeed. Done.
We shall see. And he goes to shake your hand with the the Banu Hakim handshake with the up down slapping each other's hands and stuff. Yeah. The secret Banu Hakim handshake that no one's allowed to see.
I don't know that.
And he disappears from view. Abigail, did you close the door?
To the balcony?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm assuming you stayed somewhat near there.
Somewhat.
You hear, open the door.
Abigail slides open the door. Have a good night.
You
And
don't
then
hear
she just
anything
assumes he's gone and closes it.
That went better than I expected it.
That was like almost painless. Like what? I was shocked.
He was almost delightful.
I mean, he didn't
That would
hate my
not be what
guts
I
like
call
from
Mikhail,
jump.
but
Did
I'm
seem
not
like
going
that
to
went.
lie. It'll probably be difficult to get some of us to rally to the flag of a Tremere Prince, but we can only do what we can do.
And
Honestly,
he even met Karna. Like, damn. Not everybody meets her.
did he, when he said she got away, he meant.
You can take a wild guess. You'll probably be
Oh.
on point.
Yeah.
Right.
I figured that's what he meant, but
We don't always
got
win,
away.
just most of the time.
She's hard to catch.
I suspect that's why someone put a hit out on her.
Sure. She's made plenty of enemies.
I hope you're ready to make plenty of enemies.
So, is that it then? Do we want to go see anybody else this evening?
Well,
Let's see.
Let us consider who we have seen already. We have the Toreador, who are middling. I would not say they are positive. They are not negative yet. We will see what the show is at the Elysium. We have the Nosferatu, who are leaning towards the positive from the one Nosferatu we spoke with, but we will see how they do at the Elysium. We have the Malkavians, who seem to be very positive. I look forward to seeing if we can count on that at the Elysium.
At the point that you mentioned the Malkavians, someone pops up.
I had 5 successes.
We had it up. Like,
I had
bruh.
5 successes.
Yep, you did.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
That was a pretty impressive 5 successes too.
Wild obfuscate. Damn, jeez, Louise.
I take it it's yes.
Yes. Yeah, I agree with
Okay.
that.
Yes.
With a memento. We have the Banu Hakim, who seem to be fairly positive. We have the Chmir, who I would assume are very positive. The Gangrel and the Bruya are no longer part of the Camarilla, but keeping the sheriff, he has done a very effective job. And the Gangrel are in the park here and are present in the city. I would suggest speaking with Senor Rico about continuing in the position.
I thought we'd already done that.
Not that I am aware. No.
Not in this
not-
particular
not about
Jack
that.
has
The
a
last-
good relationship with Rico.
See, I would see if Senior Cato could talk to Senior Rico. The last time we talked to Senior Rico was before the whole Sabat thing with the punching and the kicking and the such.
Yeah, I won't be going on that particular.
See, the Bruya as well are no longer part of the Camarilla. But again, talking with Senior Vincent and arranging things with them. The only clan left to speak with have no representatives in this city, and I like it that way. Though the Sombra are a bastard child who would like to be Ventru and like to be Hikata and do neither well.
Well, that's definitely an assessment. All
See,
right.
so not having them in the city is a wonderful thing. If they show up in the city, I look forward to meeting them.
I totally agree.
We don't have to put anyone into a particular seat. We only need, enough.
See, currently it feels like we have a reasonable amount of support.
I don't think
I
would say so.
Now, again, we still have to speak with the Venture, and who knows what plays will occur at the Elysium itself. So
Ooh,
that is when we will be sitting down at the table and everyone will be showing their hands. So we will see what happens with that. But at the moment, I am feeling relatively confident. Not so much as to relax, but relatively confident. And I'm going to turn to yes and
That's
go,
me.
and that would roughly be what you are feeling as well,
Yes.
Senor. Yes.
Yes.
See,
Seems to be that way, yeah.
bueno.
Mr. Yes,
Mm.
and just because I have this itching
Yes.
feeling that there's potentially something that we're not thinking of. You don't know of any Sombra that are still in the city, do you? Like, we think that they've all cleared out, but you don't know any, do you?
Know of them? No.
Can you keep an eye out and an ear out?
Sure. That sounds right.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate
Sarah, you were about to say?
Right. Storyteller, did I receive any response from my text to Baron Vincent?
Not as of yet.
Okay. Just wanted to check. And I think Jude kind of like whatever like furniture, like seat or couch, I think she kind of sits down after kind of Duran goes point by point through it, and she kind of just like clasps her hands and is kind of like leaning over and she's like, this is really happening.
Yes.
Let's keep moving. The faster we move, the less you'll have time to dwell on it.
Yes.
We have momentum.
Yeah.
It is really happening. And yeah, nope, when I said that I can exactly step off the train now.
No.
I have no intention to do that.
This is the play. This is our hand of cards. This is what we are going in with. So like any ending game of the night, we go all in or we fall apart.
I don't feel like folding right now.
No, that would not do well for any of us.
We have a strong hand.
Yes.
See,
I'm
sorry.
Stab him.
Yes. Do you need something?
No.
So you're just here.
Just hanging out.
Can you introduce us to No?
No.
Okay.
What about
What
maybe?
about maybe?
Oh, he's out of town.
Oh, so
Then
he
you
should
wants
be
to
back
go
for
to
the
the
one that
Elysium,
saves
though.
me.
Damn it, Bruce.
I'm sorry.
How dare you? I'm sorry.
Wow.
Well, yes.
Yes.
Is Is there anyone else important from your clan that we need to meet?
Well, wasn't sure if I wanted to actually tell you guys this, but I've been hearing rumors kicking around that Smiling Jack is in the area.
Who?
Smiling Jack.
Would you know, being a dyed-in-the-wool anarch?
Depends on whether or not you succeed in a intelligence plus occult roll.
Yeah, I
Okay,
would not.
sure.
Can Abigail roll that same thing?
Sure,
Having switched sides on a few occasions?
just a few.
Sorry, intelligence plus occult. I'll take that roll just because I've been around enough that I might. Maybe.
I'll roll it, but I don't think this would be something that John would know necessarily. I think the most he'd know out in LA is like the Vormans.
I got 5. It's a good pool for me.
I have 4.
Good roll for you
Three.
too, apparently. 3.
Got 3.
For Duran, you are kind of like, I think I've heard that name before.
Name rings a bell. Someone in the family has mentioned him.
Yeah. For the 4, you've kind of heard LA-ish area, Anarch, Malkavian type. And for the 5, yeah, you know who Smiling Jack is. He is
And so
not
Jude, like,
good news.
I thought he was a
not
Bruja,
not
a
good
Malkavian.
news.
He's a Malkavian.
No.
It's a Bruja.
Or he's a Bruja, yeah. Sorry.
I was
Bruja.
about to say, wait, what? Okay. Yeah, I mean, he's kind of legendary. Like,
What does he want?
I
with
kind
our
of can't
city?
believe he's here. Like, why the hell is he outside of LA?
Yes.
You don't know what he wants here?
No idea.
Huh.
Oh, can you add that to the list of things to find out for us?
Sure.
That would be, we would appreciate it so much. I mean, we are going to ensure that you become a primogen. We're
Well,
going to,
not really your option, honestly.
John might disagree with you.
I mean, he can disagree with me.
Yeah, the details, semantics. Anyway, if you could, it would mean ever so much to us.
So what do you want to find out about him?
Why he's coming here?
Yeah, why he's in Vancouver.
Probably to fuck shit up.
Right, but the manner he will fuck shit up. The
Well-
reason why he will fuck shit up.
He's an anarch. So I'm guessing it's not going to be Camarilla related.
Well, I know that. I mean, I just don't really get what he would be interested in up here.
He pops in from time to time, from what I hear.
Oh.
Yeah, he tried to come in when, what's his name? The venture guy was in charge. They didn't like that
Oh.
at all.
I'm
course.
sure they didn't.
That was before all the condos, but, you know, that's beside the point entirely. Siegfried or something like that. I think that was his name. Somewhere
Yeah, I
along
wasn't
those
here
lines.
then, so I don't know. Okay, yeah, yeah, so I mean, keep your ears open.
Generally, they're always open.
Yep.
So,
Is there anything else we can do for you?
Oh, I thought you guys were leaving. I was just gonna watch TV.
Is this your Mr. Mordecai, I thought you bought this place.
Oh, he did. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is a you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here situation.
No, it's fine.
Rude.
Are you sure?
I'm not using it. Yes?
Okay.
Yes.
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 I guess don't make a mess.
Ooh. And he wanders over to where the kitchen area is, and he starts rifling through the cupboards that are completely bare. Do you guys have any popcorn?
Um,
Call the concierge.
Why?
They probably should make some up for you.
To eat?
You can't eat.
Yeah, I can.
oh. Mordecai, next time you have cheese, invite him over.
I actually really like cheese. Cheese is good.
Fuck, I miss cheese. Damn.
Oh, it's really good, especially like if you have like a cheese. We put
So,
cheese
see,
in the meat sandwich. Yeah.
Next time we do cheese, a very strong Emmenthal, I'm going to have a spirit possess him. He will eat the cheese, and then I will have the spirit leave him and possess me, so I can remember the flavor and the taste of the cheese. It will not be enjoyable for Senor Yes, but I will adore it.
That seems
No
overly
fair.
complicated.
That seems cool.
See, it is, but it will still do what I need it to do, which is remind me what cheese tastes like. It has been a long time.
I mean, you could just eat the cheese.
No, I cannot eat the cheese.
I mean,
All right.
eventually you could eat cheese. That's what I'm saying. Like, eventually I can teach you how.
No, if I am not careful, the cheese grows mold and rots in my hand.
Wait, you can teach him how.
Yeah.
What exactly do you mean by that?
I'm
Well-
gonna need some clarification.
In general, you put the food in your mouth, and then you chew it for a while, and then you swallow it.
Where's my sword?
So it's not so getting very punchy at this point, and she's like holding on to the arms of the couch or the chair. She's just like,
I think we should all leave. Is there
Well, you
anywhere
can-
else where we want to
It's pretty
go and speak with people?
It's kind of like falling off a bike, really. Like, you can train yourself how to do it.
Yes, Mr. Yes.
Yes.
I think it would be advisable for your own personal safety and health that you be quiet for about 5 minutes and not say another word. Nod your head if you understand. Don't understand. He seems to have understood. Friends, is there anywhere we want to go that isn't here?
I mean, I need to eat at some point
See,
sooner rather than later.
Understood.
we could go visit the club.
Which club are you thinking?
Succubus?
Mm,
Yeah, that doesn't seem good.
no, not there.
No. Well, I mean, technically, if they only know me by sight, I could technically go in the club and not be. I could just. kind
And
of
there's
stay-
drunk idiots I can punch elsewhere.
See,
Yeah.
So I'm not up on like what club we would go to. I'm kind of
Storyteller suggestions.
help.
That's me. Are you looking for kind of gothish nightclub type situations?
I don't know. I don't think that's Duran and Jude's taste, though, is it?
no, it is indeed
Oh.
exactly where Duran hangs.
Duran, but not
and,
Jude.
and me,
I think.
well, but mine's just again, as long as there is a drunk idiot or someone just they don't even have to be drunk really. As long as maybe
Right.
she can punch some guy talking about crypto, she'd probably be fine.
I don't know if that'd necessarily be a goth club, though.
fair enough.
You'd be surprised at some of the subculture crossover.
Mm-hmm.
So
Fair
there's
enough.
the Red Room
I hate that
or
so
Coffin
much.
Club. Sorry, Prince, go
The
ahead.
what club? Sorry.
No, I was just saying I hate that. All of that.
That's why he gets punched.
There's the Coffin Club or the Red Room, which are the two most notable ones. It is not a Sunday evening, so the Descent is not operating at this particular point in time.
I'd say the Red Room.
Great.
That is ridiculously close by.
Oh, cool.
That is... Where did that go? It disappeared on me. That is in the Distillery District. Or the... That is Richard Street, downtown Vancouver. Which I think is still in operation post-COVID. Or semi-post-COVID, whatever it is right now. So yeah, it's easy enough to get to. There's like the loud reverberating bass sound as you are outside of the club. That is, you can't quite tell what music's playing, but you know music is definitely playing.
It was good to just like pick to choose to do this when I want to, rather than running around in a frenzy trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. So Jude might, as opposed to like going in, might be kind of like around the outside perimeter,
Hanging around the smoking area type thing.
hanging around the smoking area, listening for words like, you know, Dogecoin, NFT, pickup artistry.
Give me a wits and awareness.
Men's rights. Okay.
I'm gonna throw them through a wall for you.
John normally
said
goes
wits
after
and
criminals,
awareness?
but I think that we could have some overlap here because this is close
We
enough.
definitely good. We definitely good.
Wits and awareness.
Wits and awareness. Okay, thanks.
We're gonna piss off all the crypto bros.
I mean,
I-
it is
I
Vancouver,
welcome
it's
them
a
to come at
huge
me.
tech sector, so yeah, you could probably pitch a rock and find one.
Pitch rock and hit a half
Well.
dozen.
Wow, that is 5.
Nice.
Yeah, so there's I'm just reacting to something that was posted in the chat. I will deal with that in a second. There's a couple people that are like, you know, they seem to be having a conversation, like really, really thin dudes that, you know, seem way too far ego for their own good. Spiky-ish hair. They're like, yeah, you know, I got in on the, you know, the new NFT.
So Jude will approach the guy that was just speaking, and just be like, "Oh my god, I really want to get into NFTs.
Right?
Like, can you? Yeah, can you
get
can
in
you
on the
tell
ground
me, like,
level?
yeah, like, where do you scout for them?" And she's kind of trying to like pull him away from the group.
Give me a persuasion and charisma.
Oh, charisma! Yikes!
I'm like, okay.
Yikes! Charisma.
You really
and
need
persuasion.
charisma with
We're
these
in with a
guys.
wisdom saving
Oh,
throw. Here we
Lord.
go.
Or manipulation.
Charisma and persuasion?
Manipulation, if that's
Okay,
better.
I will do manipulation then.
Lean
Thank
it,
you.
Lean it in
There's
one
that.
direction or the other.
Oh, this is not great for me. Yes, that is 3.
It takes a couple of minutes of talking to them. You have to suffer
Looking
through
at all the
that.
terminology.
Yeah, they're talking about like how they helped somebody hack like a piece of art, and
How they
yeah, they
how
hacked
they
into
bought the
somebody's.
Dune book as a part of a group,
Oh
Yeah.
my
and now
God,
they're
I
trying
saw that
to
one.
make it into a game.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
I was part of that. was part of that, bro. Like,
That was,
I
yeah,
would
it was,
totally.
that was totally,
like-
yeah. People I know did
The
that.
spice
I put
must
up
flow, man. The
300K.
spice must flow.
Abigail's standing against a wall and taking notes on who she needs to take care of next.
Okay, this guy and this guy and one of these.
Okay,
but
so
yeah, it takes you a couple
I
minutes to
isolate
get-
him away. So at that point, I'm basically just trying to like move the conversation like out of like maybe around the actual back of the club, like
Yeah, there's a nearby alley. There's a bunch of nearby
Okay,
alleys
the
in
alley.
this particular
Okay,
area of
cool.
the city. Yeah.
okay. And so Jude, like, she's been just nodding, letting him completely just.
This is worse than Ron Perlman information. This is just a barrage.
Oh yeah,
of,
definitely
like, yeah.
worse than Ron Pillion. And Jude's just like, she kind of just like looks down after a while, and she goes, "You're just a fucking idiot," and just clocks him right in the
Give me a
face.
strength and brawl.
I would love to do that. This is great.
Ordinarily, I'm not much of
No
a.
frustrations at all.
She's like, here's what I'm good at.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
charisma.
he was trying to dodge, but
Politics
I'm
bullshit.
willing to bet you could probably even just take half and win.
Oh well, I did roll. I got 4.
Yeah, that's way more. I got 1 on 4 dice.
Great. So he.
Yeah, he's got a bloody nose.
Okay,
He's
so
not
I
quite
just.
down yet.
Would you hit me, bro?
Yeah, what are you doing?
So I'm going right for the neck into feed
Yeah.
after that.
Considering you knocked down his health by a fair chunk, I'm willing to bet he's minus dice at this point. You'd easily defeat him, taking half.
Yeah, totally. I'll just take half. So can I get 2 points of hunger out of this guy?
If you wanted to kill him,
Oh well, no.
Yeah,
I do not want to do that.
he's kind of thin.
He's. Dang, I should have gone for some like protein shake, Liver King type. Damn. Oh well. So okay, I'll just take 1 point of hunger, and then I'll just like throw him against the wall of the alley and just leave him
So,
and return. Yeah.
yeah, it takes a while, but Jude eventually returns. What is everyone else doing during this particular goth-related interlude?
Not
Abigail's waiting for Jude to come back because she's concerned she doesn't want the same thing that previously happened to happen.
Oh yeah, I was thinking about that too. Don't you worry. That was I was like flashback. Oh god. So yeah, Jude comes and is like, yeah, I'm definitely better now. So
John's
Good.
getting it in on the dance floor.
Shall we dance then, Jude? Upstairs?
hell
Joel?
yeah.
Mordecai's up by the car.
I don't know what y'all are doing, so John's just like, I'm party.
Steve, you're
Hmm?
muted.
Dex and performance for Ja.
Oh baby, I'm gonna rouse my decks just cause.
Just to lean
Good.
that salt in the wound right there.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a lot of successes. Or a willpower roll, one of the two.
That is, yeah, it was a willpower roll. I got 5.
5 successes? Yeah, Ja's
Yep.
cutting a rug.
So while they're doing stuff, I'm going to go feed. And as I said in the chat, I would have sent Bartholomew to keep an eye on Jude and come get me if things went bad.
Speaking of,
So I'm expecting I should have time to scene queen a little, sit
Little bit.
myself before he comes tearing back.
Give me a charisma, and let's go with either performance or streetwise. Just to see if you're able to finagle somebody over Abigail if you are feeding at this particular point.
Abigail's at 1. She doesn't necessarily need to feed right now, so there's
Don't worry
no...
about it. Do you want to dance with Ja or whatever? It's up to you.
Abigail's gonna raise her, what was it, Dex and
Dex.
performance?
It'd be Dex and performance, yes.
She doesn't want to embarrass herself. And she failed. Maybe she should feed.
Abigail,
And oh no,
you should
I'm busy.
you should eat one. No, no one here. What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
Who should I feed on then?
You need to find some British people, obviously, clearly.
No. Why?
These are riffraff. I believe I heard an Australian accent. Nah.
All right, go away, Winston. I'll feed. Fine. Go. So, yeah.
Duran, how's it going? 2 successes.
Yep.
You're able to find somebody. How much blood are you down? What's your hunger at?
I'm down 2, so I'm
Down
just going
2.
to take 1.
Yeah, just
Yep.
one.
Yep.
And as you're finishing that up, Bartholomew
now-
basically
Yes.
comes in towards you and beating feet. Like,
Yep.
what the fuck, man?
I just kind of, glide off to a corner where I can talk quietly and not appear to be much more than a drunk person. Sleight of handing an unwatched drink off of some table as I go past, so it's obvious that I've got one. I just, Senor Bartholomew, you knew that we were different. I can talk.
No, dude.
Others
Being
cannot.
different ain't a problem. That is not a problem. What I have a problem with is, I think she killed me.
We can talk about that later.
What did
It's
what do you mean later?
It's well right now.
What?
When we get home, I put the smoking jacket and the
Hold on.
smoking
No,
hat on.
no,
We
whoa,
get
whoa,
to
whoa, whoa! She's
talk.
here now. Like, don't
Proceed.
you? Aren't you guys gonna? Isn't there some kind of like rule or something like master domain thing that you can like? Aren't you supposed to take care of her? You know what I mean?
Would that bring you back? No.
It's not my rules. It's your rules. You like the.
See, and we cleaned it up and made it look like it had never happened.
It was me.
See,
It was
I
me that
understand.
you cleaned up.
And have I taken care of you since?
I guess.
See,
But-
this is my way of apologizing for what happened.
I mean,
Is to make sure that worse does not happen to you. And trust me, worse can happen to you.
is that an apology though? Like, is that?
It is the best I can do. We can't bring you back.
I mean, can't you just put me in somebody else? Somebody, one of those
See,
things?
and this is why we've been trying to work on things to find out where your skill set is over there, because there is a way to do that, but you need to have the right skill set too. It's a combined thing.
But
This
the-
is why,
But-
do you hear singing? Are you able to go places? Can you touch things? This is why we do all these silly things, is
well,
to find out what we
you
can
can
do.
sort of touch things, right? And he pushes the glass that you just had onto the floor, and it smashes.
My cat can do that.
Yeah,
and
but
I'm not putting my cat in a body.
is your cat dead? Is your cat on the other side of the whatever the thing is?
At the moment, no, but eventually he will be, and hopefully I will be able to still pet him and take care of him and cuddle him after that. I had one back in Venice that I had for a good 47 years. 22 alive and 25 post alive.
Post alive? You're trying to put a
See.
spin on this?
See,
She fucking
Well-
killed me, dude.
see, what would you have me do?
I don't know. Aren't you supposed to have like some master domain thing?
See, but again, we cleaned it up so that that rule was in the end not broken.
I mean, kind of
We
feels
did.
broken from over here.
See, I can understand that perception, which is again why I am trying to do all I can to take care of you and keep you safe. Is because you've taken one step, I don't wish you to continue tumbling down the spiral.
All right, but she's on my shit list.
I understand that completely. I do.
When I get a chance,
Oh, see, if we can come up with a way for you to properly express yourself directly to her, then we shall take that. Poking glasses off of tables is, again, my cat can do that. It is an irritant. She might never again have a cup of hot blood sitting beside her because you can poke it off the table. But
oh, that's just, yeah.
where does haunting her
Gotta
get you?
start somewhere, right?
But where does haunting her get you? Let's work together and make of you a bigger, more powerful wraith, to the point where you can look at her, stamp your feet, she can hear it and see it, and say that you would like an apology. And then get a heartfelt, trust me, she is so close to being human still. When she finds out that you would need an apology for what she did with you, she will, it will hurt her. It will wound her. And she will give you such sincerity.
Yeah, I don't think she will.
Oh, see,
I mean,
I know our Jude.
she seems pretty okay with it. Like, she didn't seem to have any problems with it whatsoever.
She does not. Part of the cover up was also making sure she does not know.
Oh.
Now it's going to be a big thing when we huge
right.
reveal,
okay.
huge reveal, and that is going to cause her even more grief.
Right.
But again, we want to wait. We don't want to do that now when it will cause her some grief. You want a rebalancing, and that is going to take us a while, Bartholomew. You have to learn things yet. You have to grow, and I'm here to help you. And when the time is right, I will support you fully in confronting.
Got it.
No, we're not going to kill her, because see, if she were human, we could do that and she'd end up over there, and then you could do things and stuff. We do not translate over there. So to do that, it gets you no further ahead.
I disagree.
It is actually better to leave her alive with the guilt than it is to allow her that easy escape.
Oh, so I can poke at her from this side forever. I like this plan.
Again, we just have to get it to the point where you will be able to. So just a little patience, Bartholomew. There is no rush. Yeah. In the meantime, I may ask you sometimes to watch her to make sure it doesn't happen to someone else again. So there you are, protecting other humans. And if it does happen to someone else again, you come get me, and we do what we can.
I guess.
See, I mean, and that is as a favor to me, for I am trying to help you.
Seems kind of like, trying to call the police and 911 after somebody's already gotten killed.
That is often when it happens.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be better if you could call 911 before somebody's actually killed?
Oh, it would be wonderful if we could do that. It really would. That only happens on the screen, on the media, in TV and stuff. And even then, it doesn't happen often. Come now, we have watched many police shows around the Haven, and you have always seen, find the body, then you call the police. They show up and they have to walk around and don't touch this and be careful where you step and stuff. It is rare and special to be able to call the police beforehand.
Yeah, I'm kind of partial to the one with Mariska Hargitay, I'm not going to lie.
See, that is a good one. That is a very good one.
Somebody put in the chat, CSI Giovanni, you jerks. It's pretty much, yeah. Yeah!
Law and Order Giovanni. Dun, dun.
Law and Order's the other part of the clan.
Dick Wolf is actually a kindred.
Probably. Wouldn't surprise me.
With a name like that, yeah, it'd have to be, really, honestly.
This is my real human name, Dick Wolf.
So see, Bartholomew, we will get there. It's just a matter of time and practice, and it will happen. There will come a day where you will be able to confront Senora Jude.
All right. I reserve the right to not like her. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, see,
I know
you
she's
do not
your friend and all, but
see. You do not have to like her.
well, I don't.
I fully support that. I hear you, and I compassionately support that.
All right. And he fades out.
Bueno. Look at the glass on the floor and go, it's a club. They're used to that. And then kind of drift towards where other folk are while scooping another glass on the way and looking like someone who's enjoying and drinking.
So, Abigail is dancing, I believe. Jude, what are you up to?
I'm dancing, of course.
Dex and performance.
Successes.
Dancing.
Hey, I literally spent points to
She did. I was there.
to help me here. Okay, so yeah. Okay, here we go.
The chat jokes are killing me right now. What was it? Lawn Mortis Venice.
Death in Order, Giovanni.
I got 3.
Just killing me right now. 3. That's pretty good. Hey, you're definitely are like be able to tell that you're improving your dance ability. Doing the shopping cart, picking an apple.
No, I'm not
Thrown it over
doing
your
that.
shoulder.
I'm not doing those things. I'm not.
Aren't you though?
No, I'm dancing like a cool person.
Hey,
Your job would be like, please no, stop. Just, it's literally hurting me. I feel pain in my mind right now.
Sprinkler.
No.
The Running Man. Yeah. So Mordecai, what are you up to?
Just out by the car.
Hanging by the car.
Ruminating. Relaxing. Dwelling, thinking.
Mordecai is still capable of relaxing.
Oh, while Jude is maybe like on the dance floor dancing, she wants to text somebody in her phone named Jay
Okay.
and just be like, hey, what's up, man? Long time no talk. We should get together.
For the people watching at home, who's Jay?
Jay is my criminal contact.
You get back K when?
Either tomorrow night or the night after.
You get back cool. What do you need?
Just need to talk, not like before.
Cool.
Okay, that's it for now.
It's getting to be about closing time. What is everyone doing from
I'm going
there?
to drift back out to the car. Yeah. Leave the glass somewhere on a table by the door and then kind of stroll out and lean on the car beside Mordecai.
Yeah, I think Ja would have left before closing time for sure.
Okay.
This
Yeah, Abigail
isn't
too.
really his scene. Andy would have kind of wanted to check on where the fuck Mordecai was, mostly because not because he doesn't like. This seems like some place where Mordecai would want to be in for attention. So
Oh, yeah.
Ja would be like, what the ever living fuck is going on, sort of thing in his head. Like a place where Mordecai can get attention and he just sits outside. Is he dying? Does something happen?
Is there some sort of blood disease that Mordecai
Yeah,
has?
like this worries me.
So Mordecai is still outside, leaning
Oh,
against.
Mordecai, yeah, just leaning up against. He's sort of occasionally, I mean, makes a few phone calls over the course of the while, sort of thing. Arranges for Mercy to be picked up, but she refuses, sort of thing. So she waits with him and naps while he's texting various individuals, scrolling,
You good?
phoning people. Oh yeah, I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no, this just isn't my scene.
It's a place with a bunch of people.
Yeah, but the people don't worship me unless I make them, and that's not how I play. At least when I'm hungry.
Okay. I was supposed to be like, since when do you not like making people worship you?
Oh, I just wasn't having. There's a few things on my plate this evening, and I needed to tie up some loose ends. I have some family coming to visit soon, so I have to make arrangements and make sure that all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted and that sort of thing.
So you are ready for all of this, yeah?
None of us are really ready for what's coming.
You know what I mean.
Yeah. I'm ready to see how this plays out. I have two contingency plans at least.
More worried than I expected you to be, actually.
I could have made a play. I could have said, I want to be the prince. I don't think anyone would have actually opposed it. But especially if I'd convinced them. But it's not safe to stick one's head above the sand when you don't know how many predators are there.
There are very few Tremere princes in North America. There are 0 ministry princes in North America. There are more Giovanni princes in North America than there are ministry.
If someone found out by
you would have been a very hard sell.
I would have been a very, very hard sell to the Camarilla proper.
See.
And a very large target.
See.
So if Jude wants to paint this concentric red and white circle on her chest, then
it is a smaller.
You can support it if it succeeds.
It is a smaller target for her to wear.
Great. I lose nothing by supporting it. I lose everything by trying to stand against it and trying to claim it for myself. So we'll prop up our puppet. If she succeeds, fantastic. And we'll help. And we will stand beside her and we will cheer. We will strong arm anyone who gets in her way. And as a result, our dealings and our personal holdings go unnoticed and ignored. Because the attention is not on us, it's on the prince.
Oh, I have no doubt that we'll attract a little attention ourselves. I hope to attract attention from my family. But there are always people that are willing to look into those who are around the prince as well, looking for a weakness. We'll attract a little attention, but as you speak of targets, it is a much smaller target to wear than sitting in the throne.
And especially when there's 4 others of us surrounding her.
See.
So she is safe-ish. She's protected. She's able to to culminate this anarch adjacent Karna underground movement if she wants. Fantastic. Abigail is free to continue being Primogen, acting as status quo, representing this pyramid, doing her own thing, fostering the anarchs the way she has. You're free to continue your own holdings. You're a bit more public, being the seneschal, but you're only really tapped if the prince is not able to make face.
Yeah, but this means I have to play politics. Everyone
Yes and
want
no.
to.
You're there as a major domo. You're there as a power behind the standare and guard, what have you, essentially another sheriff. Something to basically take charge in the event the prince can't. The
All
rest
of us have the ear of the prince. So we will inevitably be accosted by those who want to have access to Jude, be it for good or bad.
And that's why Mr. Giovanni and I have the art of the schmooze.
See, speaking of which, you did quite well with that Senora Mathis.
I thought so.
It was a bit of a rocky start, I thought, but once you kind of keyed into where she was coming from, it became quite a smooth and interesting dance to watch.
I like to learn how my opponents want to dance before I beat them at dancing. I set the hook. She's interested. She has been flattered. I gave her gifts. She has been shown interest by the potential prince, which to anyone with an ego, that's fantastic, because someone in power is paying attention to me, even though she thinks of herself as some high and mighty thing. She's insecure, just like every Taurid are. You just have to know which button to push. And this one is
their insecurity,
just as pretty as the former Primogen, and she'll fall just as easily.
I won't argue with you.
What I will find interesting is what we do with the Banu Hakim, actually. Are you going to take both the seneschal and the Primogen position, or are you going to offer it to one of your brethren?
I think offering it to one of the brethren would be wise in this situation.
Agreed.
Simply because
gives that sense of extra power behind, right?
Indeed.
In the event that the bad Tremere goes bad.
And that gives us a second voice when we're talking about a Tremere prince, which won't go over that well with all of us. It never will. But we do the best of what we have.
See, no matter what is selected as prince or who is selected as prince, there is always going to be some group of people it will not go over well with. You cannot, as they say, please everybody all the time.
Nor do I wish to.
Our greatest strength right now is also our greatest weakness. Because she is so young, those who deem themselves powerful enough will not take her seriously until someone steps up and says, no, actually take her seriously because I'm sticking by her as well. She needs this clout. Once she has the power, once she has the support behind, then she'll be free to do her thing. We just need to ironclad this foundation first.
See.
Then let's just make it ironclad then. Not like we have a whole lot of other choices at this point.
I mean, there are choices, they're just not great. And each comes with its own problems.
Complications, problems, yeah. we're really in the shit now. Like,
Oh, hip deep. See,
we we put enough words out there where there's no avoiding the danger.
Elysium is going to be one of two things. It'll be a very interesting night full of fascinating people and words to be written down and looked at in the future and to be remembered. Or it is going to be incredibly messy.
Expect the worst and hope for the best.
I am good with both. There are certain things, certain contingencies I have put in place to take care of any mess.
It's hard for me to not think of shit when we start talking about messes. I'll be honest with you. I don't want to be stuck in any shit, really.
I can agree.
Here we are. Shall we go get the girls?
I'd have thought they'd been out by now.
They're enjoying themselves. It is something that will not be happening quite as much once Jude sits on the throne. There will be still moments to have fun and enjoy, but it is a very quick lesson in reality and what that involves. So take advantage of it now whilst you can. Enjoy the last few nights of freedom before she puts the crown on her head and the shackle around her throat. We also need to still look into convincing a few businesses to deal with us. Senor Lilu owned some things in this city that we need to hunt up and find out what the dispensation is with those, as well as what is left of Charlotte Industries. We had tied together certain facets of my family's business with primarily their real estate division, but that gives access to a whole lot of other financial information. See where that is going. Take a look at a couple of the other clubs and holdings in the city. And then at some point, we are going to have to get a map of the city. I do not know it well enough. I do not know that Jude knows it well enough. Senor Strickland, you and Senor Abigail have been here, I think, the longest, to recommend where would one place a rack? What parts of the city should be offered to what clan as payment? It's one of the biggest responsibilities of the prince, beyond upholding the traditions, is dividing the city up. And of course, keeping the lion's share for themselves so that they have little estates to hand to people. I have no doubt that she will happily give Baron Vincent the portion that he enjoys. And that I think is a very wise step on her part.
Speaking of this smiling Jack individual, I haven't heard
I've heard the name mentioned. That is all. Not in a favorable term. If I remember right, it was at a family dinner a number of years ago, and it was. I merely overheard a couple of uncles talking about the fact that they would rather he go someplace else because he was not good for business.
And he's a Bruja, and he's going to come up
See,
in Vancouver.
And anarchs are never really good for. Sometimes they can be, but often they are not good for business, especially the ones who like to stir things up.
So we'll have to figure out a better way to deal with the anarchs.
See, I still look forward to speaking with Senor Vincent because I want to find out where the Nagaraja are. I need to hunt them down and take care of them. And I still have to get around to that art auction house eventually. There's going to come a time where I'm going to get about 10 minutes to myself. I'm going to go kick in the door, say, right, where is everybody? Here on the carpet now, please. I have no time. I have to decide whether you live or die in the next 80 seconds. You convince me, quick.
I think
One
at
of
this
those.
point, Abigail would
I've had
be
that conversation before.
walking out of the club. She's
Abigail and
hungry
Jude,
because
yeah, probably.
yeah, Abigail's hungry, but she's like, you know what? I can't be bothered. I'll deal with it tomorrow.
So the two Tremere come out of the club.
And I think Jude, maybe after the boys left to chat and she was kind of out on the dance floor, I do think that there was this very bittersweet sense of like, these are the last times I'm going to be able to do things like this. Like, probably just dancing with abandon and kind of having conflicting feelings of being so grateful for her coterie and like their support and just like having her back constantly, but also this feeling of
guilt.
like, yeah, the guilt, the isolation. I think realizing how potentially isolating a position like this is going to be, despite having her coterie around to support her, that it really is going to come down to her a lot of times. And I think starting to really feel the weight of that responsibility, for good and for bad. So she probably was kind of just like ruminating on that, and she comes back out and she says, "It's like, well, I mean, pretty good night, I'd say."
Agreed.
See,
Yeah, I'm happy with it. We definitely made some progress, and like Duran said, continuing the momentum.
see, tomorrow night we'll meet the Venture and find out what's going on with them, and that will give us enough of a view of the city for Elysium, where we will expect things will go sideways because they always do. Somebody is going to step up and cause an issue. I very much look forward to it.
That'll be kindred politics, won't it?
See,
Things going sideways. Me as a storyteller,
I
honestly.
mean, what is the odds of that?
And that is a good point.
I mean, Steve knows better because his character is dangling above a cliff in the Tuesday game.
precipice, precipice, precipice.
Oh, the precipice.
Yeah.
Precipice.
Thank you.
A yawning chasm.
Cliffhanger. And that is a good point as the limo leaves with the coterie to call this particular session to a close. Thank you,
Lock the door.
everyone, for paying attention to us. Well, for one, for any bits, any subscriptions. We are going to be raiding over to Philly by Night momentarily. And so let's do a quick outro of everybody and see what everybody's up to, what you're going to be doing next, and what is going on in your lives. So let's start with Joanna.
Hello, my name is Joanna. I was playing Abigail for you this evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are. You can find me on Twitter at Hyrule Gardner. You will find me here every Saturday, and then you will find me on Wednesdays playing a thieving little pisky in our Changeling game. And other than that, you'll find me on Patreon. We actually just did a quick little Patreon with Cassius conversation that... yeah, it was a conversation.
That will be out soon.
And it will be out soon. So if you have $1 to spare, please, by all means, give us a little Patreon subscription there, and then you can watch all this great extra content. You'll also find us on YouTube for all the extra goodies in our back catalog. So that's where you'll find me.
And Prince.
Hey everybody, I'm Prince, also known as Dimples and Dice around the interwebs. That's where you can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all that jazz. You can also catch me over on Rolling These 20s for Philly by Night. That'll be right after this, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And then I am on the Amphitheater for Euralia Unleashed, a Redwall D&D campaign. That is Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. And you can find me over on Rolling These 20s One More Again. And on Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m. for Cyberpunk Red Trauma Team Chronicles, where my character just quit the Trauma Team.
Ooh, drama. Also, just for point of note, what are you playing in the Redwall game?
Oh, I'm playing a Sea Otter Paladin.
That's great.
So
I love that
you
character.
ought to watch it.
That was utterly ridiculous. Mike.
I'm going to dignify that with a response. Also, haha, Jude, joke's on you. Humanity 4, I have no conscience. I have no guilt about throwing you into the wolves. Anyway, hi, Mike. Played Mordecai. You can also catch me. Wait, how's my thing go? You can catch me in my pre and post COVID cosplay adventures at Canadian Captain America on Instagram and TikTok, and CDN Captain America on Twitter, where I do most of my D&D stuff. You can also catch me playing D&D on Sundays at 2 p.m. PST in our Phandalin by Night game, where we have just been yoinked into an extra dimensional space with a dead party member. Bum, bum, bum. And Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. PST, you can also catch me as the Dungeon Master in a game of would-be heroes, I call it, Greyhawk setting, 5th edition, where the party right now, 1/3 of them are dangling precariously over...
We won't be, though.
...a chasm. Cliffhanger.
We won't be, though, because that would have already aired by the time this comes out.
By kobolds and set on fire.
Yep, that was last Tuesday.
Yes. Oh, yeah, we won't. Right. So that, yeah. Okay, never mind. Yeah. You'll find out what happened. Pay attention and whatever. Okay, it's the backwards forward thing is screwing me up. And on occasion, I will be guesting still, I think, for another episode or two in the Changeling the Dreaming game. Because Donovan Osgood is not quite done, as you will have seen, or will see in. Yeah, anyway, that's it for me. I don't know.
And Sarah.
Hey, my name is Sarah. I play Jude. I cannot wait for my intro and outro to be Prince Jude of Vancouver. Ooh, I'm just waiting. Whew, that's gonna be good. You can find me on Twitter at MC_Divebeats. I'm also a creative partner at Martley Games. We've got a ton of stuff in production right now. I'm gonna be in the storyteller seat for Vampire more than once this year. So I'm doing a lot of writing right now, really buckling down. So keep an eye out for those projects. Martley Games also has a Patreon and a YouTube. So especially on the YouTube, if you give us a subscribe, we have actually most of all our entire catalog as it exists right now, I believe, up there. So go check that out. I can be found here on Sundays with Mike in the Phandalin by Night D&D campaign, going through the Lost Mind of Phandelver with some homebrew stuff thrown in. It has been fraught, emotional story and just really great to play. So go ahead and catch up on that on the YouTube with Vancouver by Night if you can. Other than that, on February 3rd, I'm going to be the first guest on Sara the DM, Sara with an H, who's the DM for Phandalin. She's doing like an interview show of different TTRPG players, and I'm going to be the first person. So I believe we're showing at 6:30 p.m. Eastern on February 3rd. So please come see me where I can kind of talk as just me, Sara, which I don't often do. So check that out. And that is it for me. Thanks so much.
And last but certainly not least, Cliff.
Happy time zone, people. My name's Cliff. I was playing Duran Giovanni tonight, one of the 4 pillars of king making in Vancouver. You can find me all over the interwebs currently as what am I known as? Oh yeah, the vintage self. And there's other stuff coming
Vintage DM.
The Vintage GM is a brand new Insta I've started. I'll get you that information so we can toss it all over on the other side too. You'll find me here, of course, Saturdays for the Takeover, playing everyone's favorite Hakata. And you'll also find me on Wednesdays storytelling Toronto by Day, Tales from the Rookery, where the Motley, by the time this is played, have left a really creepy place and ended up in another creepy place. It seems to be a theme for them, going from creepy to creepy.
You
they
can
seem
never
to,
leave.
No, they seem to be enjoying it a lot. Or that's
never
my
leave.
belief. And yeah, they're just not
Keep it
getting out.
around, I mean.
Yeah, they're just not getting out. Not for a long time. You can also find me coming up soon, if I remember right on the timing, over on Dark Druid Designs, Prince William by Night, playing a Malkavian Primogen, who's go watch. They do some great stuff on their Monday nights. And possibly there will be some other stuff coming up in this year, 2022, which is 2022, not 2020 also. And we'll see what the future holds. In the meantime, Patreon, YouTube, go to the YouTube. It costs you nothing to subscribe to the YouTube. $0. Tons of stuff there. Hit subscribe. We want to hit 1,000 subscribers this year. That is our goal for 2022. Hit your friends up, tell your relatives, make an account for your dog. Hey, no, cats won't pay attention to any of that stuff, so ignore them. If you got ferrets or budgies, though, do it. And that's me.
Cats are the ones where it's like you see a YouTube video and you're like, you check the background of it and it's like, it got played for 14 seconds. It's like, damn it, cats. I am Storyteller Steve. This week we have, as of right now, we're going over to Philly by night to see Prince do a quick change. Then Sunday to come back 2 to 4 PST for Phanelin by night. Tuesday would be Heroes 6 p.m. PST. Then we have Changeling 3:30 p.m. PST on Wednesday. Friday we have our Rime of the Frost Maiden game, which is at 5:30 p.m. PST, so definitely check that out. It's a great game. There's a lot of Scottish dwarves and stuff. It's great. And then come back here, same vampire time, same vampire channel, Vancouver. Come and check us out, and we will be back next week. And not quite... I don't think next week is the return of Adjacent. It would not be. Actually, yes, next week will be the return of Adjacent. We will be filming next week for Adjacent. So we're going to have the full schedule set up next week. Everybody's going to be playing everything. And yeah, come and join us. So you will have seen them set up at noon PST. Then us at 3, and then we'll go back over to Philly at 6. So it's going to be a full day of Vampire next week. Join us, and we will see you then. Have a good night, everybody.